really about. John Avalon, thank you.
Thanks, Bree.
Former President Trump waging war against Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Trump is said to be looking for a challenger to unseat the powerful senator from his leadership position in the Senate, a move that could split the party ahead of next year's midterms. This is according to a new report in the Wall Street Journal. Joining us now is Scott Jennings, CNN political commentator, a former advisor to Mitch McConnell. I'm not sure how former, frankly. So, Scott, Donald Trump wants Mitch McConnell out as minority leader. How nervous is McConnell this morning?
Not very. I mean, honestly, this is a continuation of what Donald Trump's posture has been towards McConnell since McConnell decided that Joe Biden had been elected president of the United States. And what I thought was telling about the Wall Street Journal article that came out about this yesterday is that not a single person would take Donald Trump up on his offer. I mean, even Mo Brooks, perhaps the Trumpiest candidate out there, wouldn't take him up. Josh Mandel in Ohio wouldn't take him up on it. And the sitting members of the Republican conference that they interviewed all said Mitch McConnell's doing a good job. And John Kennedy of Louisiana said it's like trying to teach a donkey how to fly. So this is one of those situations where you have to have a plan. The reason McConnell has been successful at getting elected leader and winning his elections in Kentucky is because he always has a plan. Donald Trump never has a plan and thinks he can speak these things into existence. But I would just say McConnell has never lost an election, ever. He's never been beaten in Kentucky, and he's never lost a leadership election. And Donald Trump, of course, has tried twice and has gotten fewer votes than his opponent twice. So in a head-to-head matchup here on a leadership election, I think Mitch McConnell has a track record that tells us he'll be elected leader again if he'd like to be.
What does this tell you about Donald Trump's power with Republicans in the Senate?
It's always been different in the Senate, I think, than in the House and in other races. These senators, I think, have their own individual identities. They have their own individual brand. It's a little different kind of chamber than the House and other offices. And I think if you are one of these people that wants to have your own identity and brand, you have to ask yourself, do I want Donald Trump effectively in charge of my life every day? Because then it becomes about him. It becomes about his priorities. It becomes about his daily emotions. And it's less about you. One of the hallmarks of McConnell's leadership in the Senate has been he does more listening than talking. And that would be the opposite if Donald Trump were the de facto head of the Senate Republican Conference. You have to listen to him. You have to get on his line every day. And that effectively takes away your own identity and your own brand and your own wants and needs of any given day for your state. So I think that is why McConnell has really had the longevity that he has. He doesn't make it about him. He does listening. And when he can, drives as much unity in the conference as he can. Under Trump, you would get, I think, more discord, more disunity, more division. And a legislative conference, it just doesn't work.
Can I ask very quickly? McConnell had a chance to do more to diminish the power of Donald Trump even more. He could have voted to convict him in the Senate impeachment trial in February. He could have supported the bipartisan commission looking into January 6th. He could be speaking out. He doesn't like speaking out publicly about Donald Trump forward-looking. He says, in fact, he would support him if he's the Republican nominee in 2024. Does Mitch McConnell regret not trying to diminish further Trump's power?
McConnell's belief about his position is that it's his job to drive as much unity in the Republican Party as possible and to drive forward Republican principles and Republican policy ideas as much as possible and to stop the Democrats' ideas. That's what he views his job is. And in the Republican conference, if you look at all the quotes that were given by all the senators, they say Mitch McConnell is doing a good job because he's doing what we want him to do. It would be a fool's errand, frankly, to run out every day and have a press conference and screaming about Donald Trump if you're Mitch McConnell. Other people can do it, and other people have done it. In his position, his job is to drive unity within the Republican conference, and they believe, by the way, unity leads to winning. Ultimately, this question is who can get the Republicans back the majority in the Senate. That's all McConnell really cares about. You'll notice he never talks about Donald Trump because he doesn't think it serves his end to get control back for the Republicans in the Senate. That's the kind of discipline, frankly, that's required to be a legislative leader in this environment, and it's the kind of discipline that Trump never had when he was president of the United States. What Trump does works for Trump, but it just wouldn't work for McConnell, and it certainly wouldn't work for anybody who seeks to run the Senate Republican Conference when they don't want it to be about you, they want it to be about unity and the team.
Scott Jennings, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed is under fire after video has come to light that shows